It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Blacked out in the back of the black house. Black queen beside me with a back out. I stick to my script, I don't act out. If you slip on my grip, I'ma lash out. I don't get in no trouble, I stick to the rivers and lakes that I'm used to. Play the cards, I was still got them holographic. Keep my powers in check like a Mewtwo. Making dollars and cents on my YouTube. Every video, I get a piece. Every percentage, I write my release. Come to my table, I'm having a feast. Don't got no label, we hardly can meet. You hit me on cable, that's part of my reach. I do not play when it comes to the street. If I give the okay, then my dog's off the leash. Want my bags and hundreds. When it comes to the rap, I run it. What you did in your past, I done it. If you're talking about cash, I'm coming. Need platinum plaques, we ride back to back. I got the money in the wash like a laundromat. Play with me and my arms react. I'm steadily clean, hypochondriac, and everything be stainless. I don't wanna laugh, no wingings. Better send me my payments. For the go. No Halle Berry, homie, this is not for entertainment. All of my focus is only on gaining. Stay with that stick and ain't talking about gaming. I keep it simple, I'm speaking in layman. Y'all better stick to our little arrangement. I got everything I need. Sunshine, I sow my seed. Showtime, I do my thing. Around the world, they know it's me. I got everything I need. Sunshine, I sow my seed. Showtime, I do my thing. Around the world, they know it's me. I got everything I need. Sunshine, I sow my seed. Showtime, I do my thing. Around the world, they know it's me. I got everything I need. Sunshine, I sow my seed. Showtime, I do my thing. Around the world, they know it's me. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this weekend. Happy Easter. And if y'all noticed, I did not drop anything yesterday. Saturdays are pretty much my bowling days. All right. If you go and subscribe to my other channel, The Retired Bowler, pretty much on Saturdays, you're going to get updates over on that channel because I'm a bowl, I'm going to edit the footage, I'm going to drop it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not interested in that, that's perfectly fine. No pressure. We're going to build it up anyway. But if you're into some other things, y'all can rock with me over there on Saturdays, unless it's something like humongous that happens. Okay? Now, today, let's get into this Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. All right? So, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first hip-hop album ever to spend 700 weeks on the Billboard 200, which basically means this album has remained on the charts since it released. Okay? That's 2012. We're now in 2026. God damn, I'm tripping. It's been 14 years, man. So, we've talked about this many times on my channel, but a lot of people out there who try to act like Kendrick Lamar has just become a star, has just been introduced to fame, notoriety, like he just all of a sudden became a factor in the conversation of music and excellence. Let's just keep things in perspective to understand that his debut album, his first album, first major label album, has not left the charts since it came out 14 years ago. Okay? That's a fucking masterpiece. And that's not even the goddamn Pulitzer Prize album. Probably should have got it for that motherfucker based on the way it's been, you know, this lifespan historically. But that's not even the Pulitzer album. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give a big salute to Kendrick Lamar. I want to give a big salute to my homie, Henny the Business. If you traverse the music production sphere on YouTube, I'm sure you've come across Henny the Business, but the Business as a production duo used to be, you know, on everybody's albums, Kendrick, Drake. I think they did some shit for Cole back then. A lot of different people. But that's the homie. And he produced the intro, you know what I mean, to Good Kid, Mad City, Master Splinter. So
Shout out to that. Um, Shout out to fucking the whole TDE, everybody who made that album, what it is, the producers, the background singers. Shout out to fucking Anna Wise. Um Shit, man. J Rock. So many different people. It's too many to even name off the top of my head, but I just want to say congrats to everybody who played a part in this record breaking album. Again, it's the first time we've seen this in hip hop. Yeah, it deserves its flowers. And not only is it an elite hip hop milestone, but in music in general, Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City is the first album to spend at least 700 weeks on the Billboard 200 since Michael Jackson's Thriller. So it's now in the conversation with fucking Thriller, which you go to that album, I mean, every goddamn song is pretty much a hit off that bitch. I know a lot of people be talking about Bad, a lot of people be talking about Off the Wall, but Thriller is some other shit. Okay? So let's read this album review or retrospect from Hip Hop Vibe. So they say Good Kid, Mad City sets Billboard 200 record. He's reached a rare milestone in music history. It's officially spent 700 weeks on the Billboard 200. That kind of longevity is almost unheard of in the modern era. The achievement places the album in the same conversation as Thriller by Michael Jackson. For years, Thriller stood as the benchmark for chart endurance. Now, Kendrick Lamar's breakthrough project joins that elite tier. This is not just a number, it reflects more than a decade of consistent listening. Fans keep returning to the album, new listeners keep discovering it. That is the definition of staying power in music. Shout out to all of the people on YouTube that do these first time listens, going back to Good Kid, Mad City, and all of this different type of stuff. I've seen a few of them myself. I don't want this to play right now. So they say here why Good Kid, Mad City still resonates. Released in 2012, the album quickly became more than a debut studio album. It told a story, painted a vivid picture of life in Compton, and balanced personal struggle with broader social themes. Listeners connected with this honesty. The album explores peer pressure, violence, faith, and ambition. Excuse me. Those themes remain relevant today. That is one reason it continues to chart. The art of peer pressure. I mean, the album did cover a wide array of subject matter, a wide array of like different things that you encounter as a youth in the inner city. Um, Coming into your own as a young man, navigating the world, uh, navigating those friendships that could lead you down a fucked up path, or learning to stand on your own too and be like, yo, I could fuck with y'all, but it's certain stuff I ain't gonna fuck with y'all on. You know what I mean? Streaming has also played a role. Platforms have made older albums easier to revisit. Songs like Swimming Pools and Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe still appear in playlists. That steady rotation keeps the album alive on the charts. The significance of the Billboard 200 milestone. The Billboard 200 ranks the most popular albums in the United States. It combines sales, digital downloads, and streaming activity. Digital downloads, of course, means, along with the sales, niggas is physically still buying this shit. Staying on that chart for even a year is impressive. Staying over a decade is extraordinary. Reaching 700 weeks means the album has remained relevant across different eras of music consumption. It survived the transition from physical sales to streaming dominance. It also competed with constant new releases. That's a fact. Historically, very few albums have achieved this level of endurance. That is why comparisons to Thriller matter. It highlights just how rare this accomplishment is. For hip hop, the milestone is even more important. Rap albums often reflect specific moments in time. Trends change quickly, yet Good Kid, Mad City continues to connect across generations. Here they say it's a defining moment for hip hop longevity. Hip hop has always been a fast moving genre. New artists emerge every year. Sounds evolve quickly. All things that are actually very accurate. Um, you know, once you 5 years in the game, by the time you really start catching your wind, a whole new a whole new crop of motherfuckers come and they start trying to push you out the way. Not the artists themselves, but the fans, the people, they start being like, you done got too comfy. You gonna have to do something. Keep it interesting. That makes long-term chart success harder to sustain. Kendrick Lamar's achievement challenges that pattern. It shows that hip-hop albums can have the same staying power as classic pop or rock records. And let's be clear, uh, even when this album first dropped, a lot of the immediate comparisons were Illmatic, a modern classic. Some also likened it to the feeling that we received from Food and Liquor in 2006. You know what I'm saying? Which is also a classic, whether you like Lupe or not. Classic album. So that was like an immediate response. Like I remember within like 2 weeks of the album being out, like people were already giving it that type of stamp. And it earned it. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people probably were reluctant to agree, were reluctant to give it that type of status early on. But as we can see, it more than earned its keep. Um, Kendrick Lamar's achievement challenges that pattern. It shows that hip hop albums can have the same staying power as classic pop or rock records. This moment also reflects the genre's growth. Hip hop is now a dominant force in global music. Its audience spans multiple age groups. Albums are no longer tied to a single era. Good Kid, Mad City helped shape that evolution. It blended storytelling with mainstream appeal. It proved that a concept album could succeed commercially. And I will say it kind of revolutionized the idea of a concept album because I think a lot of times in hip hop, concept albums get um, kind of pigeonholed into the story. The music tends to be a little bit less appealing to a wider audience because it's so um, constrained to telling the story, so constrained to like having more of a singular thought. Whereas Good Kid, Mad City is more so a world in and of itself. So everything that took place in Compton, in Kendrick's uh, upbringing, his teenage years, it became fair play. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like, let me just place you right in the dead center of this hood that I grew up in, and now I get to take you through all of the different spectrums that exist within it. So I think that also helped keep the album, fresh along the way. Let me see this, the roller store. But let's be clear. Although they're saying it did all these things to show that hip hop could traverse these types of waters, we haven't seen an abundance of hip hop albums that come close since then. You know, uh people are not unanimous on 444, although I feel like that's a modern classic. Um Victory Lap, Nipsey Hussle comes to mind. Not just because he's no longer here, but because of everything that that album represented, the backstory, the road, the marathon, the music itself, the evolution in the songwriting and the production and just the sound overall. I think it was the first album Nipsey actually had professionally mixed and mastered, or first project. And he just represented something that we're still looking for today. You know what I mean? But there's not a lot of albums that stand in that kind of company in recent years. Um, so yeah, this is a long article. I wanted to read the whole thing, but I'm not. And just as Kendrick is reaching this milestone in music, in fucking elite company with Thriller, we also got Rakim, who came out on Instagram just a couple days ago, and he posted this top 10 greatest rappers of all time list. This is from the Human Hip Hop Head, whoever the fuck that is. Um, but I find it very interesting that this particular list actually happens to have Kendrick Lamar in it at number 8. Now remember, we're talking all time. Hip hop has 50 plus years of excellence. Great artists, musicians, writers, modern day griots, poets, storytellers. And, a lot of people, once again, are reluctant to give people from the last couple decades their flowers all time. But as you can see here, we got Nas at number 1. We got Tupac at number 2. We got Jay-Z at number 3. Eminem at number 4. Biggie, number 5. Rakim, number 6. Ice Cube, 7. Kendrick Lamar, 8. Scarface, 9. LL Cool J, number 10. And I saw some people that came out and was like, yo, just keep in mind, that's not Rakim's personal list. Rakim posting a top 10 without KRS-One on it. That's crazy. I get it. But he posted it. So whether or not he crafted and curated this list himself, I would love to know the reason why he posted it. You think Rakim posts every top 10 list with his name on it? Or does he agree with this list? Maybe not in the same sequential order. It's not a bad top 10, to be honest. I actually like the fact that it's all inclusive of different regions, right? You got a lot of New York, which, that just comes with the proximity of hip hop and its origins. You got Eminem, Detroit, Midwest. You got Ice Cube giving West Coast. Kendrick giving West Coast. You got Scarface repping the South. LL Cool J, the first fucking superstar rapper that we ever had, whether you love his music or not. I think this list is solid as shit. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, even if your list doesn't coincide, it doesn't take any validity away from this one, right? Because everybody has a different perspective. Everybody has a different rubric. Everybody has different things that they look for in their favorite rappers or favorite artists or whatever. So I'm not mad at this list at all. I would rearrange some names. But for me, I don't even think in terms of like top 10s anymore, because there's too many fucking rappers. Too many that I love and like too. You know what I mean? So Kendrick even being on here, especially when a lot of OGs would never, and the fact that he put it up here, to me, it seems like a close enough cosign. Especially we saw Rakim, who's been showing much love to Kendrick over the past like year or so, very vocal, sitting in his whip, giving him all the praise that he could possibly ever receive. So again, I think that just doubles down on his support of Kendrick being a trailblazer in today's time, still keeping it to the roots of hip hop. So yeah, man, salute to Kendrick. Big salute to Ali, who was kind of like the glue to get Kid Mad City and the sound and the just the audio quality and the different panning and all of the things that they introduced on that album that have still become staples in Kendrick's music over the years. Again, nothing but kudos for a fucking modern masterpiece. All right. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. There is more content on the way. I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day, I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The simple